Good day, everyone. My name is Miracle Lawrence, and for this project, I added GitHub authentication to my existing student API application and protected the routes that modify data. The goal of the project was to ensure that only authenticated users can perform sensitive operations such as creating, updating, and deleting records while still allowing public access to appropriate endpoints. Now I will demonstrate the functionality in Swagger UI. Starting with the student API, if I use the get route and try it out and execute, this runs fine, returns a status code of 200 with an empty list because no data has been added to it yet. But if we use the post route to create a new student information, when you try that out, and I have a sample data here, and then if I execute, you see that it says you do not have permission to access this resource. And that is the authentication middleware playing out there. So for us to access this, we would need to visit this login page. So I'm just going to go here, login route, and hit login. So once I do that, it says logged in as Miracle Lawrence. Once I return back and execute, you see that it returns a status of 201. It means the data has been created successfully. So if I go ahead to check that data using the get route, you will see that it has been added to the database successfully. Now I also want to modify that data using the put route. We could try it out here, paste this, and let's say I change that to 33 and execute. It should work correctly because the user is now logged in. Okay, but if I log out, I log out, and then I run, logged out, and then I go back, and let's say I try to delete that user with that ID, it would return you do not have permission to access this resource. So I have to log back in again. So logged in, and when I go to delete that, so students deleted successfully. So I successfully added authentication middleware to the post route, the put route, and the delete route. Next, we want to look at the courses API. If I do the same get route to get all courses from the database, and I execute that, you see that it returns successfully with a status code of 200, an empty list because no data is in the database. So when I try to perform a post function and try that out, I have a sample here, and I execute. You see it returns that you do not have permission to access this resource. So I have to log in before I can do that. So I'm going to use same URL address, but now I will log in. And yes, logged in is Miracle Lawrence. So when I try to create the course again, you see that it returns a status code of 201, meaning that the course has been created. We can verify that by going to the get courses to get all courses in the database. You see it's right there, has been added successfully. So I could equally update an existing course. Let me quickly grab the ID. Yeah, this is a course ID. I could equally update an existing course, try that out using the put route. Okay. So let's say I'm changing the course to 441 and I execute. That works successfully because I'm still logged into the system. But let's say, for instance, now I want to delete that course that I just created, and I log out. Logged out, and then I try to delete the course that we just created. Execute. You see that it says you do not have permission to access this resource. So because I logged out, so now I have to log back right in so I could delete the course. So I'm going to use the login page. Logged in as Miracle Alliance. When I execute the delete function, course deleted successfully. And when you check, you will not find that course anymore in the database. It's now empty. So I hope you understood the session. Thank you for your time.